I thought tensions were high before, but holy cow. We got a big one for you on this week's edition of Smackdown ReBound. We take a look at the go-home show to No Mercy. And, well, no mercy was shown. Awkward. Hello everybody, my name is Connor OKayFabe, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Smackdown ReBound right here on OneWrestling.com and the OneWrestling.com video YouTube channel, where we're going to recap everything and anything that is pertaining to SmackDown Live. Okay, that was my best Mauro Ranallo impression. But, guys and gals, don't forget, we always like to hear what you guys have to say. So make sure you guys give us your thoughts on this week's SmackDown Live down in the comment section below. Again, and hit us up on the various social media. And make sure you give everybody here over at OneWrestling.com all the sorts of love, including Big Ray, everyone over at the Big Slam Nation, the PW Hustle, everyone, all their links are down in the description box below. We've got everybody here at One Wrestling, and we want to hear your guys' thoughts on this week's SmackDown. And, of course, No Mercy as well, too. Make sure you follow everyone on Twitter, including the legendary, the iconic Mr. Bill Apter, and head over to OneWrestling.com for all the wrestling news heading into No Mercy. As I'm hitting my microphone, it's a bad microphone. Bad. It hasn't really been that bad. You got sort of a weird love-hate relationship. It's a very bizarre one, to say the least. Speaking of bizarre, SmackDown this week kicked off with Kane against Bray Wyatt. Bray ultimately walking away from the matchup as he is distracted by Randy Orton, who's playing the mind games this week, distracting Bray and actually giving Kane the win via countout. As throughout the evening, we see Randy Orton playing mind games with the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt, in essence locking him in a storage unit. Man, this is a whole new way of putting in Storage Wars. I didn't think, it's so bizarre. Anyway, what interested me was the fact that the entire evening we saw a security cam footage of Bray Wyatt basically murmuring, talking, yelling, screaming, kicking. Basically what I do whenever Domino's decides to run out of that garlic bread. I mean, you do not run out of that cheesy garlic bread. You just don't do it. Anyway, we see the whole footage of throughout the entire evening of Bray Wyatt just sitting in his chair, sitting in the storage unit, and of course Randy Orton towards the end of the evening unlocks it to find that Bray Wyatt has mysteriously disappeared. Gotta say, these long, intense backstage segments between Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt really has got me intrigued for their match heading into No Mercy. A lot of mystique, interest, and deep spirit and curiosity and just the darkness and all that weird mystic stuff does kind of bring me back to the old days of the brand when Undertaker was doing this on SmackDown back around 2003. Actually, more so, I should say 2004 or 5. Kind of reminded me of that old school time. The nostalgic feeling. It gets me right here in the heart. It's fantastic. Anyway, we move on to the SmackDown Women's Division as we see Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Bella, but the match is cut short prematurely as, of course, Carmella interferes in the matchup, but she is at ringside at commentary and attacks Nikki Bella. What a shock. Come on, you really think that Carmella's going to hold back just because she's on commentary? Of course not. But Becky Lynch coming in and makes the save, and everyone's favorite tag team match ends up happening as we see Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella teaming against Alexa Bliss and Carmella. Teddy Long would be so proud. Holla, holla, holla. We see the women kick a lot of major tail in this matchup. Alexa Bliss looking phenomenal. Nikki Bella ending up chasing Carmella away, allowing Alexa Bliss to hit the, I can't even remember the name, and I'm horrible at this, Perfect Bliss. I'm probably getting that wrong. Her aerial off the top rope, pinning the SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch to end that matchup. Really thought it was important and key to make sure that Alexa Bliss pinned the champion to make sure that it shows that Alexa Bliss has a chance of stealing or snatching that SmackDown Women's Championship at No Mercy. And speaking of No Mercy as well too, it is confirmed by the general manager Dan O'Brien that we will see Nikki Bella and Carmella go one-on-one at No Mercy. About time. I like the way they've teased this up. Give it enough time to breathe. Enough room to breathe. I can't talk this week, and I'm really curious to see how it's going to go down on Sunday. We have an interesting matchup with a tag team division on notice as the Hype Bros take on the Vaudevillains, but the Ascension watching over carefully. I'm a big fan of the Ascension. I'm not sure about you guys, but I am a big, major fan of the Ascension tag team. So it was really cool to see them, and once again, it was also cool to see the tag team division spotlighted on SmackDown where it wasn't involving the Usos, the American Alpha, or the tag team titles. Kind of gives another, co-feud in the tag team division, again, showing off the depth of the division as well, too. Hype Bros getting the win over the Vaudevillains, but it seems that they're teasing more dissension with the Ascension. Can I say that? Can I say that without being lame? No. You know, I'm going to keep that joke in because we're just going to keep that joke in right there. Perfect. Awesome. Anyway, Miz TV delivers probably, and in my humble opinion, the best segment of the, probably close to the best segment of the entire show with a Dolph-umentary. Miz paying tribute to Dolph Ziggler's legendary career by mocking him in a mock version of WWE 24. Dolph retaliating with a fantastic promo, but just as things were about to really get intense, we saw the return of Mikey and Kenny from the Spirit Squad to boost his spirits. Of course, they attack Dolph before Dolph Ziggler gets a chance to get his hands on the Miz, only for Dolph to escape and super kick both of them. Great tension between the two of them. Really great job with this entire segment. I loved everything about it. I think this is honestly some of both of men's best work between Dolph and Miz. It's really got me torn and a little heartbroken to see exactly what's going to go down at No Mercy when Dolph Ziggler puts his career on the line to once again, for one last chance, gain back the Intercontinental title against, you could probably arguably say, his greatest rival in The Miz. Jimmy Uso taking on Jason Jordan again, featuring the tag team division but in singles action. And again, I need to stress at how good the way this was presented. Jason Jordan getting a very quick victory over the Usos, and then all of a sudden, once again attacking him and taking out his knee. I love the fact that they're still working on this, but it hasn't become too stale just quite yet. We still haven't gotten that revenge part yet of American Alpha and the Usos, and then more importantly as well too, we're keeping American Alpha away from the tag team titles. Now don't misunderstand me here. I want to see American Alpha win the tag team titles, but they're building to that moment, to that match, to that moment when American Alpha will win them. So when they do win them, it'll mean that much more, and I can try to be patient with that as my eye is twitching just thinking about it. But just the Usos can deliver more damage to Jason Jordan, of course, everyone's favorite, double wide, trailing above pool ground, swimming. Yeah, we'll go with that. Heath's tag team of Heath Slater and Rhino, SmackDown Tag Team Champions, help clear house to make sure that nothing else happens to American Alpha. Really curious to see where things go. Usos, again, set to face off against the Tag Team Champions for the titles at No Mercy. Another great matchup on that great pay-per-view. Baron Corbin taking on the debuting Jack Swagger. Some interesting tension between this earlier on in the show. And honestly, it's a very curious little way to see how things are going to go about between the two of them. But what was more interesting was the match finish. Great action between both Jack Swagger and Baron Corbin, and glad to see Swagger predominantly featured on SmackDown. Raw is kind of a little bit of a talent heavy at the moment, so being able to utilize someone as good as Jack Swagger, former world champion, against a guy who's up and coming like Baron Corbin, it's a win-win in my book, to be completely honest with you. The finish was very interesting, as it looked like Baron Corbin was trying to scratch and claw his way to the ropes, but the referee mistaken it for tapping out, ultimately giving Jack Swagger the victory via submission, which honestly was a bit of a shock, but at the same time was very intriguing. Jack Swagger being the cocky, confident veteran compared to Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin seeming to lose because of a referee mistake. It's just going to infuriate Baron Corbin, and it's just going to continue the feud between the two. So I'm all for it. I'm very curious to see exactly what's going to go down between these two. I see a rematch at No Mercy most likely happening, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts as well too. Now, I did mention earlier, I thought Miz and Dolph Ziggler delivered some of the best stuff in the evening, but honestly, might be hard to top the triple threat interaction between AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, and John Cena. We saw some final promo teases, final promo segments between the three of them in the ring, heading into their triple threat match at No Mercy. Surprisingly enough, John Cena did little to no talking. AJ Styles went after John Cena about how dare he try to challenge for Ric Flair's 16-time world record. Nobody cares. You're trying to rewrite history. You're trying to be part of history, and I make history. But Dean Ambrose delivered a very realistic promo, in my opinion, of how he felt about John Cena, saying that he's not going to be like John Cena. He's gotten to where he is because of who he is and not the political games and how he spins things around. It was very well done. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but it was a very well done promo. Ultimately, John Cena not saying again much and attacking attacking both men. All three men ultimately getting a chance to have, basically beat their own chest, as each men at one point holding up the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. First John Cena, then AJ Styles, and then Dean Ambrose to close out the show. I'm telling you guys, SmackDown has not been disappointing. Now, obviously, I'm a little biased in that point here on this video in this series, but honestly, SmackDown has been so well balanced, so well written. It's just been great overall. I really don't have any complaints. everything leading into No Mercy and everything on SmackDown has had purpose, has had a point, and it's building towards something in the future. I love the booking. I love the writing. The matches were fantastic. Obviously, we didn't see a whole lot of, intense in-ring action as we're used to, but I'm very appreciative of the fact that, again, we saw another tag team match between Hype Bros and Vaudevillains. Jimmy Uso and Jason Jordan added a different dimension to that feud as well, too. Corbin and Swagger surprised me a little bit. Obviously, the Kane-Bray Wyatt match was basically just a way to continue the feud between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. Obviously, that whole thing overshadowed that. And the banter between the three men in the ring to close out the show really made me hyped up for No Mercy. Now, just to give you guys a quick heads up, I will be doing a No Mercy review right here on the OneWrestling.com video YouTube channel as well. So I want to make sure you guys come on back and let me know what you guys think of No Mercy. If you guys want to live tweet me during the show, make sure you do so over at OKayFabe, but also tweet everybody over at the entire OneWrestling.com family. All the links for everyone, including Big Ray, Billy Ray Valentine, The Professor, I can't even think of everybody, and A-Track Brown, Bill Schuyler, and of course the legendary Bill Apter, FAMEBLACK. Everybody is down there in the description box below. What do you guys think of SmackDown this week? What do you guys think of No Mercy? Who's walking out of No Mercy as champions, winners, and victorious? I want to know your thoughts again, guys, down in the comment section below. Again, hit us up also in the various social media. We can't wait for No Mercy. I know I can't wait for No Mercy, and I hope you guys feel the same way as well, too. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, like, share, and all that fun stuff. Really appreciate the continued love and support. And, of course, to quote the legendary, the iconic Mr. Bill Apter, we will see you at the matches.